Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It is a wild Thursday and honestly I am running on 3 hours of sleep and pure iced coffee at this point. But we have to talk about what just happened on the show because my jaw is literally on the floor. Grab a snack and settle in because we have a massive amount of ground to cover today. So let's just dive right into the absolute chaos that is unfolding at Forrester Creations right now. And I mean absolute, unadulterated chaos. We all knew that the tension between Steffy Forrester and Hope Logan was reaching a boiling point. We knew that. The writers have been teasing this massive explosion for weeks, ever since Ridge shot down Brooke's ridiculous pitch to become co-CEO and take Steffy's spot. But I don't think any of us, and I mean literally none of us, saw this specific twist coming. Steffy Forrester just discovered that the hope for the future diamond is missing from the Forrester Creations vault. Gone. Just completely vanished. And let's pause for a second and talk about the security at this company. Because honestly, it is a running joke at this point. A literal joke. Charlie Weber is supposed to be back on the scene, right? We literally just heard about him popping up to handle some security drama, but where in the world was he when the most expensive, iconic rock in the entire building just grew legs and walked out the door? You would think a multi-million-dollar diamond would have lasers and alarms and maybe a guard who doesn't get distracted by a plate of lemon bars. But no, the vault is empty. And Steffy is the one who finds out. Not security, not Ridge, Steffy. So Steffy is standing there, staring at an empty space where this priceless gem is supposed to be. And you can just see the gears turning in her head. Jacqueline McInnes would play this scene so perfectly because it wasn't just panic. It was immediate, sharp suspicion. Steffy is a lot of things, but she is not stupid. She knows that Hope has been acting incredibly shady lately. The sudden leave of absence. The weird excuses about Beth's summer schedule and budget concerns. The way Hope was stalling when Steffy literally offered to relaunch the Hope for the future line right after Eric's haute couture show. Steffy already suspected Hope was job hunting or planning something sneaky. But theft, that is a whole new level. But with Steffy's sharp intuition, she instantly connects the dots. She doesn't go crying to Ridge. She doesn't call the police immediately. Because Steffy wants to catch the rat herself. She suspects Hope, and instead of confronting her with no proof, she decides to play detective. She starts quietly tracking Hope's movements. And this is where the episode just gets so good, you guys. The tension of Steffy sneaking around, following Hope, trying to figure out what her former stepsister is actually up to. It felt like an old-school soap opera thriller moment. And where does Hope lead her? Right to the belly of the beast. Right to Logan. Steffy follows Hope all the way to Katie's fashion house, and she manages to sneak close enough to eavesdrop. And what she hears is probably going to go down in bold and the beautiful history as one of the biggest betrayals ever. Steffy is lurking outside, listening, and she hears Hope having a full-blown strategy session with none other than Dollar Bill Spencer. Yes, Bill Spencer, the man who is currently funding Katie's entire operation to humiliate Forrester Creations. And what are they talking about? They are literally discussing how they are going to use the stolen Hope for the future diamond as the centerpiece for Hope's new launch at Logan. I was screaming at my screen, screaming, because the audacity of it all is just off the charts. Hope is sitting there, the supposedly sweet, innocent, moral compass of the show, actively discussing a stolen diamond with Bill Spencer. And Bill is probably sitting there with that smug, arrogant little smirk he always gets when he thinks he has outsmarted the Forresters. He is talking about how this diamond is going to generate massive buzz, how it's going to blindside Forrester Creations, how it's going to make the Logan launch the biggest spectacle in fashion history. And Hope is just nodding along. Maybe she looked a little guilty. Maybe she had a brief moment of hesitation, but she is still doing it. She is crossing a line that she just cannot uncross. And Steffy is outside the door hearing every single word. You can literally see the blood boiling in her veins. All the history, all the resentment, all the times Brooke tried to push her out of the company, all the times Hope played the victim. It all just rushes to the surface. Steffy doesn't even hesitate. She doesn't go back to Forrester to formulate a plan. She doesn't call a lawyer first. She just acts on pure, unadulterated rage. Boom. She kicks the door open. Well, she storms into Katie's office, but it felt like she kicked it off the hinges. The look on everyone's faces must have been priceless. Katie is sitting there thinking she is the smartest CEO in town. Bill is gloating. Hope is probably mid-sentence about her vision. And suddenly Steffy Forrester is standing in the room like an avenging angel. Steffy does not hold back. She immediately accuses Hope of theft. She points the finger right at her and says she knows exactly what they are doing with the diamond. And you guys, the legal threats that start flying out of Steffy's mouth are intense. She tells Hope and Katie that she is going to sue them into oblivion. She threatens them with grand theft, corporate espionage, and massive copyright infringement. Because let's be real here, Forrester Creations owns the trademark to Hope for the future. They own the branding. If Hope takes that diamond and tries to use it for a rival company, that is a legal nightmare. I mean, what were the writers thinking making Hope go this dark? Or maybe not dark, but just incredibly reckless. Hope has always been the one preaching about morals and doing the right thing. And now she is literally caught red-handed in a room with a stolen diamond plotting against her family's company. Steffy makes it crystal clear that this isn't just a family squabble anymore. This is a crime. She threatens to destroy Hope's entire career. She tells her that she will make sure Hope never works in fashion again, that she will tie Logan up in so much litigation that they won't even be able to afford a sewing machine. And honestly, I am completely on Steffy's side here. Maybe I'm being too harsh on Hope. Okay, that sounded dramatic, but you get what I mean. Hope lied to her mother. She lied to Ridge. She faked a leave of absence. She secretly signed a contract with a rival, and now she is involved with a stolen diamond. How can anyone defend that? Even Brooke is going to have a hard time spinning this one, and Brooke can spin anything when it comes to her daughter. Let's zoom out and talk about the bigger pattern here, because this fits perfectly into the classic Forrester versus Logan war, but it feels so much more vicious this time. Usually, it's about a man. It's about Ridge or Liam or whoever, but this is about legacy. This is about business, money, and sheer spite. Bill and Katie wanted to humiliate Eric Forrester on his big haute couture comeback. They intentionally scheduled their surprise ASAP fashion show to ruin Eric's moment. And now we find out they are using Forrester's own diamond to do it. It is a declaration of war. And what about the actual logistics of the diamond? We know from a few episodes ago that Wyatt Spencer is the one who actually had the diamond. Wyatt showed Liam a perfect replica and then he gave the real one to Bill. So technically, did Hope physically break into the vault and steal it? Maybe not. Maybe Wyatt used his old access, or maybe Bill hired someone. But in the eyes of the law, and definitely in the eyes of Steffy Forrester, Hope is in possession of stolen property and is conspiring to use it for financial gain. Steffy doesn't care who picked the lock. She cares that Hope is the one wearing the diamond. This confrontation is going to have massive ripple effects across every single storyline on the show. Think about Liam, poor, confused Liam. He has been supporting Hope's move to Logan. He was literally venting to Bill and Katie about how poorly Hope was being treated at Forrester. But Liam is also a straight shooter when it comes to the law. How is he going to react when he finds out his wife and his father orchestrated a massive heist against his ex-wife's company? Liam is going to be caught right in the middle of a legal bloodbath. Is he going to defend Hope's crime? Or is he going to side with Steffy because Steffy is actually the victim here? And Ridge. Oh my goodness. Ridge is going to absolutely explode. Ridge already refused to believe that Logan could compete with Forrester. He was being so arrogant about it. But when he finds out that his own stepdaughter, the girl he helped raise, stole from his family to help his worst enemy Bill Spencer, Ridge might actually disown her. And this is going to put the final nail in the coffin of his marriage to Brooke. Brooke has been fighting tooth and nail to get the co-CEO spot. She has been defending Hope blindly. When Steffy drops the lawsuit on Hope, Brooke is going to instinctively attack Steffy. And Ridge is not going to stand for his wife attacking his daughter, who was literally robbed. The Forrester-Logan divide is going to be permanent this time. And we can't forget about the younger generation in all of this mess. Will Spencer is going to be in so much trouble. Will knew that Bill had the diamond and that they were using it for Hope's launch. And Will has been actively hiding this from Electra Forrester, his girlfriend, who runs the jewelry division at Forrester Creations and literally wanted that exact diamond for her own collection. When Electra finds out that her boyfriend knew her family was being robbed and said nothing, that relationship is toast. Electra is going to be devastated, and it's probably going to push her right into the arms of R.J. Forrester, who has been waiting in the wings for a chance to win her back. And Melissa Dillon, Melissa has been running around trying to help Electra find the diamond, stressing herself out while secretly hooking up with R.J. When the truth comes out that Logan had the diamond the whole time, the fallout in the Forrester offices is going to be toxic. Everyone is going to be looking at everyone else like a traitor. This lawsuit threat from Steffy is the best thing the writers have done in months. It raises the stakes so high, it's not just about who designs the better dress anymore. It's about who is going to end up in a courtroom or possibly a jail cell. Steffy vowing to make Hope pay is the energy we have been waiting for. Steffy is a fighter, and when you back her into a corner and steal from her family, she goes for the jugular. I am honestly so tired of Hope playing the victim while doing incredibly shady things behind everyone's back. She wanted creative control. Fine, go to Logan. But you don't get to take Forrester property with you. You don't get to steal a priceless diamond just because you feel underappreciated. Steffy is completely justified in unleashing a legal war, and I hope she doesn't back down. I hope she drags Katie's fashion house through the mud and forces Bill to spend millions in legal fees. But you know Bill Spencer, he's not going to just roll over. Bill has deep pockets, and he loves a dirty fight. If Steffy sues, Bill is going to countersue. He's going to find some loophole. Some technicality about how Wyatt technically owned the diamond at one point because he bought it or was gifted it, and it's going to be a massive mess. Wyatt gave it to Hope, then Hope gave it back, then Wyatt kept it. The history of that diamond is so convoluted that the lawyers are going to have a field day. But Steffy doesn't care about the loopholes right now. She cares about the optics, and she cares about the betrayal. I just keep picturing the look on Hope's face when Steffy said the words theft and copyright infringement. All of Hope's grand plans, all her excitement about working with Deke Sharp again, all of it just crashing down in 1 second. Because even if Logan manages to launch the line, the press is going to be entirely focused on the lawsuit. The headlines won't be about Hope's brilliant designs. The headlines will be Forrester sues Logan for grand theft. It's a PR nightmare, and Daphne Rose Walton is going to have an absolute panic attack trying to manage the press on the Forrester side, while whoever is doing PR for Logan is going to have to work miracles. So, what happens next? Does Hope try to give the diamond back and beg for forgiveness? Knowing Katie and Bill, they won't let her. They will double down. They will tell Hope to put the diamond on and walk down the runway herself just to spite Steffy. And Steffy will probably be sitting in the front row with a team of lawyers and an injunction. Honestly, this show is giving me life right now. It is messy, it is dramatic, it is chaotic, and it is exactly what we want from a soap opera. I cannot wait to see the next episode. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Is Steffy going to far with the lawsuit, or is Hope getting exactly what she deserves? Do you think Bill has a trick up his sleeve to get them out of this, or is Logan doomed before it even begins? Sound off below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Stay caffeinated because we are going to need it for the rest of this week.